November 2020. So I want us to see now how do we apply? How do we apply the rules that do bring challenges here? We apply. Share with you and then confirm whether you're able to see that question. It is question number 5. It is question number 5. That paper is nimeshia wapi? Nimeshia kwa FM jamani. Bado mapema Okay, let me share to F. Okay, FM. Okay, F. So for the FM, I have to delete. Great. Now, kindly open that question from that past paper, November 2020. I just want us to follow pole. We see how are we expected. If we find such a question, how are we expected to do what? To tackle such a question. So please confirm whether you're able to access that question. It is question number 5. That is November 2020. Yes. Question number 5. It is David Wekesa. Question number 5. In fact, 5A. Question number 5A. A whole question, a very nice one. Are you there? Just confirm so that we can proceed. Pika pale. Jared is already there. Great. Omondi ako pale and Maurice Annette. Asante. We are all there. Great. Class, these are questions that will guide us and help us to understand. Now, how do we account for all those challenges that are encountered as far as the farm account is concerned? So let's read this question in between the lines and see what we are having and then solve the question. At the end of the day, you have understood how well this question is done. The following trial balance was extracted from the books of David Wekesa, a farmer, as at 31st October 2019. We have inventory. You can see the inventory is from 1st November 2018, and we have daily cattle, maize growing, daily cattle feeds, fertilizer. That is fertilizer for what? For maize. So examiner will always specify. Remember, we say that we have a general income statement, and then we have the specific revenue account for every department, specific revenue account for every department. So the first thing is to come up with the revenue account, and then you prepare a general what? Income statement, and then the balance sheet. So we have land building, tractors, net book value, other cattle goods. We have carts, net book value, purchases, daily cattle, fertilizer for maize. Then we had fertilizer for napier grass, maize seeds, daily cattle feed, sales. Those are milk, dry maize, green maize, daily cattle, manure. And then we have crop expenses, labor, other expenses, napier grass, labor, general expenses, trade payable, capital. That is as at 1st November 2018. Cash at hand, daily cattle expenses, medicine, labor, other expenses like that. Then we have the next one is additional information. additional information to corner inventory as at 31st October 2019 were valued as follows. Now these are the inventory class, and this inventory combine both crop inventory and livestock inventory. Therefore, when you are going to prepare the balance sheet or the statement of financial position for this 𝗖𝗑𝗙𝗙, we are going to combine both inventory for the crop, for that it will be used as the closing. And if you wish, you can highlight all the items there. You can just highlight all the items there. So we have an item like daily cattle, maize growing, other cattle bulls, daily cattle feeds. We have fertilizer for planting maize. During the financial year ended at 1st October 2019, the following distributions of farm produce were made. We have product, maize consumed by family members. The maize consumed by family members here, I can see it's 1080. It's 1080. Then we have milk delivered to relatives hotel. Milk delivered to relative hotel. It is 4320. The total amounted to 5400. Then we have manure valued at 600,000 was removed from the cow shed and used in the maize plantation. How do we call such a dependent? It is tuliita namna gani? Farm products that are consumed. There is interdependent in the those two departments. Maize stock valued at 1,500,000 were used as daily cattle feed. Then we have cattle bulls used for pulling carts. Then depreciation is to be provided on tractor and cart on the reducing balance method at the rate of 25 and 12% per annum respectively. So we can see that is the depreciation rate given. Income tax is estimated to 3,600. So even the farmers do pay tax. So that is 3,600,000, 3.6 million. What are we required to do? In fact, here examiner guided us and told us to prepare the revenue account for the year ended at 1st October 2019, then income statement for the year ended at 1st October 2019, and then statement of financial position as at that date. Now, class, for your perusal, always check the question. You see, this question is guiding us and telling us when we are preparing these accounts. So through that, we are able now to tell our opening stock. When did we this financial year start? When did our financial year start? Now we are able to tell, looking at when we are preparing that. Remember, we prepare after every 12 months. We prepare the financial statement after every 12. So when did our financial year start? Or 𝗖𝗑𝗙𝗙𝗘 financial year. 𝗖𝗑𝗙𝗙𝗘. 1st of November 2018. Yes, it's indicated there. There are some of the items at least the examiner tried to indicate there. You see, this is how you identify it. Simple. So if we are preparing this, if we are preparing our financial statement on 31st of October 2019, 31st of October 2019, that means if I look at my date here, right? If I look at my date here, my financial year is ending at this date. Therefore, tomorrow will be the start of the next financial year. And what will be the date tomorrow? What will be the date tomorrow? It will be that, in fact, 1st of November 2019. Therefore, I take it back. I take that back to 2018 for it to be one financial Financial year. So 1st of November 2018 is our what? Is our start year. First. 2018. Great. Class, now I want us to solve the revenue account. For this, and I hope that kila kitu itakuwa sawa. Want us to solve the revenue account for this. We start with the revenue account for the year ended at 1st October 2019. But before then, why can't we try to look at some of the things that we need? For example, if I look at additional information number 2, I can adjust something small there. Additional information number 2, I can adjust something. I am having maize consumed by family members. How do we treat that, class? Maize consumed. That is the only thing. Once we identify how the treatment is done, tunakuwa sawa. Maize consumed by family members. How now do we solve that? Maize consumed by family members. So workings kidogo. Hapa ni workings kidogo. Workings. Maize consumed by family member. Tulisema inatritiwa kama nini? Maize consumed family members. Hapo ndio unaanzanga ili so debit drawing, credit sales, debit drawing, unaona watu wanatuambia debit drawing, credit sales. So maize consumed by family member ni sale na drawing, so it is sale in which account? Maize consumed by family member, the amount ni ngapi? Tuende pole pole, how much is our amount here? Tusikwenda pole pole. It is 1080. Si ndio? Yes, 1080. Sasa hii 1080 vizuri mmejua kwamba we are having sales and we are having drawing. Sasa what I want to encourage you always to always be doing is to identify hii sale itakuwa kwa general income statement, or will it be to the specific sale for that department? I want just somebody to tell me. You too, nataka wakati wowote tu, when you are analyzing, you identify like that. Now, our sales, will it be to the specific department, or will it be to the general income statement? Specific department. In fact, now this sale will be adding up to the sale under crop, because I know maize consumed by family members. Yes, it is a sale, treated as a sale to the specific department. And that is crop. That. And then what will be the drawing? Where is or which account will be affected? Which statement will be affected by the drawing? This drawing. It is the statement of financial position. Soft. Yes, balance sheet. Yes. Statement of financial position. Once you're done with that, you can proceed to the next item. And the other item naona tuko na milk delivered to the relative. This is another thing. Milk delivered to the relative. Na naona ni 30 what? Ni 43.20. Ala. Why? is 4320. 4320. Haya. This is milk coming from livestock, right? It has been delivered to relative. How are we going to treat it? Mambo ni mbili. Milk delivered to relative. Milk delivered to relative. Itatritiwa kama sale kwanza ama itatritiwa namna gani? Tusema namna gani? Milk delivered to relative. Tumechukua maziwa tumepelekea relative. Yes, it will be a sale. Hatuwezi wapea aje. It will be treated as a sale, on the other side as an expense. So it is sale to the relevant what? Department. Hapa nataka tu tuelewane. Sale, it will be treated as a sale to specific or relevant department. And as an expense, is it a general expense or a specific? At this point now, it is a general what? A general expense. So it will go to the general income statement. General income statement. Hapo sasa muhimu sana eh? So once you get that, inakuwa rahisi. Na kama tungekuwa na hii yenye tunapeleka kwa charity, maybe tumechukua maziwa tumepeleka kwa charity, how do we treat it? Charity organization, it is treated as sales specific to the specific what? Department. Sawa, good. Now I think we are done with the additional information number 2. We go to additional information number 3. Why is it not treated as family? Nauliza kwamba why is it not treated as family? Milk delivered to relative. Relative jameni. Relative sasa tena umewatreat kama family. That one we treat it as a different, not the same as a family, as the family member. So as the family members. Remember relative wako na probably maybe wako na hoteli wameenda kutumia hiyo milk kufanya biashara, or else wanaweza pia nunua milk mahali kwingine. So we treat it differently, not as a family. Family members ni wenye, if you want to go to work, you can call them, let's go and activate this piece of land. Yani there are people that you can control. Family member hao wenye unaweza fanya nao, mko nao. Now for the cousin or relative, hao it is treated as other people. Together, Omondi, other people. Yes. Now let's look at number 3. Additional information number 3. Manure valued at 600,000 was removed from the cow shed and used in the maize plantation. Manure. Hapa niko na manure. And this manure is valued at how much? 600. Allow me to eliminate 3 zeros. Valued at 300. Now, this manure, how do we treat this manure, class? How do we treat this manure? How do we treat the manure? 60. Ningeweka 60 ama 60,000. 600. Sini 600. Nimeondoa 03 ama? 600,000. So, okay. Manure. How do we treat this manure? Manure is for livestock. So it will be a sale from livestock department. Livestock ni kama wameuza. Sale from livestock department. And then there's another department that will receive this manure. Which department? Purchase. Purchase. It will be a purchase from crop department. Very important. It will be a purchase from crop department, So it will affect the account like that. Account will be affected like that. Next one we have maize stock valued at 1,500,000 were used for daily cattle. Maize stock sasa inakuwa rahisi. Maize stock valued at 1,500. So crop department inauza. It's a sale to crop department. Sale to crop department. And purchase to livestock department. Now, what this means is that, you see, under our trial balance, we've been given sales for livestock, sales for crop. It will be increased. If we are dealing with the sales under livestock and a crop, it will increase by this amount. If you are dealing with the purchase under the livestock, because this is, of course, yeah, you should write livestock department. If you are dealing with the purchase under livestock, we are going to add 1,500 because our purchase has increased. Our purchase has increased. Any other item? We are told cattle bulls are used for pulling carts. So for that, the market value is not ascertained. The market value is not ascertained. But remember, we said we can have biological what? Biological asset. So biological asset. Then depreciation. Let's go to depreciation. Depreciation. Tractor. So tractor depreciation is at a rate of how much? 25%. 25% of the cost. What is the cost? What's the cost or the book value of the tractor ni ngapi? Na iko wapi? Iko wapi? Nimeziona tractor iko pale with 32,400. Can you see that? Confirm whether that's the figure. 32,400. 32,400. I hope you're able to see that. And give me the depreciation. And then we go to the other one is cuts at 3,000. Cuts. 12% of that 3,000. 3,000. Aya. Sasa, how much is our depreciation for tractor? How much is our depreciation for tractor? 8,100, sorry. And that of a cut, the depreciation for the cut. 360. Any other adjustment for the tax tuko nayo? Hiyo wanaita income tax. Hiyo that 600 natuambia namna gani pale? Tuambia kwamba the income tax is estimated. Income tax. Hiyo ni your working tunahitaji. Income tax is equal to 3,600. Class, imagine we are done. We're done. Once you have done such analysis, now you can proceed and create what? By the way, to come up with a revenue account, you just need to know, how is my sales, or how are my sales? How are my sales? Then I less the cost of sale. What if we have provision for depreciation? Peter ameuliza swali nzuri pale. Provision for depreciation. Some of us are unable to log in. Hala. Oh, there's some people who are not. RMS is not working. Is a disaster bwana. Ni wengi sana hao wenye hawajaweza ku-login. Is a disaster. Let's see. Ama hawajaweza ku-login. Hawajaweza kuingia kwa RMS wao, wanasema ni RMS haifanyi kazi. Naona kuna wenye wanaendelea kujoin ama sasa. Jamani. This is what we are saying, that if we want to come up with the revenue account, we want to come up with the revenue account. So we can start, can we start with the crop revenue account, or we can start with the livestock? We can start anywhere. So we start with the crop or livestock revenue account, or we draw for both. No, this one, let's do it separately. Let's do it separately. We can start with the crop revenue account. Crop revenue account. So we need just to have our shillings in thousand, shillings in thousand. So the first one, we need to look at our sales. So can we get all the sales under crop? Sales. So sale ya kwanza ni gani? Just look at all sales related to the crop. Remember that is not a general sale. It is a specific sale to the crop. Specific sale. Ni ngapi? Angalia mahali tuko na sales now, and the sale should be under crop. I can see dry maize. Do you see that? Give me the value. Dry maize. How much? Dry maize 36. Is it 100 or 1,000? Is it 100 or 1,000? 1,000, eh? Dry maize. Green maize. Yes, we have a green maize. Like that. Hapa ni matter of looking at it. Green maize. And the green maize ni how much? 11,340. See there? 11,340. Any other? Sale. I want somebody to just make sure that their antenna is at the top, the highest. Now, under our additional information, we had a sale. We made a sale on maize stock. Did you? We made a sale on maize stock. How much? Maize stock. Hiyo sasa inakuwa hapa kwa sale. Hizo ndizo huwa zinasaulika. Maize stock we made a sale, na ilikuwa sale ya 1,500. Any other? The maize that was consumed by the families, isn't it? Maize consumed. How much was it? How much was the value? 1080. 1080. Class, do we have any other sale? Do we have any other sale now? Under crop. Kuna sale ingine kweli? Under crop. I think for the crop sales, we are done. Kama tumeguza hizo additional information mbili, we are done. Now, What is our total sale? Total sales. Somebody to give us the total sale hapo. Total sales. $49,920 from Everine. 49,920. I hope kila mtu anapata that way. Thank you. Now, from that point, remember at the end of the day, we want to know how much revenue did we collect from crop? How much revenue did we collect from crop? So, ile format 2 mulisoma kule financial foundation level. Hiyo format 2. Sale minus cost of sale. Unaona, sale minus cost of sale unapata gross profit, si ndio? After gross profit, you usually less what? What do we less? Hiyo ndio ka format 2. Gross profit minus what you get the revenue now. I'm a profit. Yes, we less expenses. Yes. 49,920. Yes. Expenses. So that is the format that you are using. So we less expenses. Less cost of sale. The only difference here, examiner we did not give you each item at the sale peke yake and a letter accumulative. No, we are having different. The process. You have to go through the process. So how do we get the cost of sale if we are not given direct? Kuna ile format. If you can remind the cost of sale. Is that format of getting cost of sale? What tunasema, it is opening inventory plus purchases minus closing inventory. Hope you remember. Yes. Now, in that case, can you tell me what is our opening inventory for this? Opening inventory for crop. We are specifically now under crop. Tushafunga the other things. So, what is the opening inventory for crop? Kuna maize growing. Opening inventory. Maize growing. And this maize growing, it is 3,600. Any other? Under that tuko na ile fertilizer for maize, si ndio? Unaziangalia tu ziko hapo. How much is the fertilizer for maize? That is still an open a cost of sale, an opening inventory. 1980. We move on. Do you have any other opening inventory? 2160 ni gani? Daisy ameona ingine pale 1980. Okay. 2160 Daisy sasa I think ndio next. Purchases, we add purchases. Add purchases. Na purchases ya kwanza ni hiyo fertilizer for maize. So unaona hiyo pia iko hapo. So unaangalia unadina item gani? Am I dealing with the sale or it is 2160? So thank you so much Daisy. Aya. Then tuko na fertilizer for maize seed. Fertilizer for maize seed. How much? How much is that fertilizer for maize seed? 1080. 1080. I hope you're able to see that. Fertilizer for maize seed. You're able to see that. 1080. 80. Are you able to see that? Fertilizer for maize seed. Iko tu hapo. Under the purchase. Then any other purchase that we have. Hapa sasa tena tunataka kuona wenye wanakumbuka. Any other purchase that was done under crop? Under crop. Any other Ya trial balance tumemalizana eh? Walinunua nini? Manure. Yes, manure. Worth how much? 600. So already, at least we are done. We are done with our what? We are done with our purchases. So what is the total? The total of this. So that from there we raise the closing. Fertilizer for Napier grass. Napier grass sasa hapo noma kabisa eh? Haya. I expected this eh? Haya. Fertilizer for Napier grass. Napier grass unaangalia iko related na nini eh? Iko related. Napier grass ni livestock ndizo zinakula. So that one is on the side of livestock. So when it comes to the livestock, we shall now be putting that under purchases. I hope you understand. Yes, livestock. 94.20. 94.20. Now we less the closing stock. As the closing stock. Closing stock still under crop. Ingapi? Closing stock under crop. Haya, nipate closing stock ya crop. Ziko pale chini. Tulikuwa na maize growing. Umeona maize growing? How much? Na tuko na fertilizer growing for growing maize. Fertilizer for maize. So tuko na 2700. Kwa hii tutatoa na tuko na hiyo ingine na at gani sasa 1080. That means now whatever that we shall get after we take 94.20 minus that, it is our cost of sale. Unaona penye tumeitoa mbali? Cost of sale. Hi, what is our total cost of sale? 56.40. 56.40. Now when you less that, we get the gross profit. Hii kwa kwa nimeiweka hapa. Siniteremshe basi chini. 56.40. So that hapo chini sasa we say, what is our gross profit? I'm going to adjust gross profit sasa. Profit. Gross profit. Gross profit ngapi? Gross profit ngapi? 42 to 80. 42 to 80. As you told me that after getting the gross profit, we usually less what? Let me adjust kidogo tu. Uone hapo chini. We less. It is 44. Oh. Okay, sawa. No worries. So that is what we are going to adjust. It is 44. Less expenses. Yes. It is 44. It is 44. So we less expenses here. So this is not 42, it's 44. 44 to 80. 44 to 80. Then we less expenses here. Less expenses. Not visible. So we less expenses, and our expenses hapa itakuwa shillings hapo. Shillings hapo. Like that. Now, let's identify our expenses. And the expenses should be specific to the crop, not general, not that for livestock. It is general to it is specific to the crop. So which one do we have? Expense under crop. Expenses. Lazima examiner akwambie. Crop labor 64.80. Yes. Crop labor. Lazima ikuwe specific when you are coming up with this account. 64.80. Hiyo ingine? Naona below that we have other expenses. Other expenses. Na ni ngapi? 720. 720. 720. And if you look at the question very well, naona hakuna any other. Napier. Napier itaingia kwa livestock, hapo to note vizuri. Let's note hapo. Napier masi itaenda kwa livestock. Sawa sawa? Itakuwa specific kwa livestock. So these are the two expenses that we have. We can have the total, so that we less and get our what? Our final profit or revenue. 7,200. Once we less that, we get the net profit from crop operating. Ngapi net profit? What about the maize we gave the relative? Sasa kuna mtu ameuliza about the maize we gave to the relative. Ilikuwa it was milk. Relative ilikuwa milk, haikuwa maize. Relative ni milk, so hiyo it affect the other side, it was milk, not maize. Maize ni ile tuliconsume na hiyo take care of, maize consumed, maize consumed. Maize consumed. Kwa sawa? That's 7,080. That's 7,080. Sasa hiyo ni ya livestock. Hiyo ni ya crop. Hiyo ni the revenue generated from livestock. Plus, we do the same for the livestock. 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 So for the livestock still, that one will be, this will be very easy because already, at least we know what we are looking at. So can you draw that account? Just have the heading. Livestock revenue account. Livestock revenue account. Livestock revenue account. Just have that heading. Livestock revenue account. We do it very fast. Livestock revenue account. So our shilling to be 1,000. That. So livestock revenue account, still we start with the sales. Let's now identify sales very fast for livestock. Tuko wanauza nini? Livestock. For livestock wanauza nini? Naona wanauza maziwa, manure, maziwa, manure. Na maziwa ni ina worth how much? 27,360. Haya, wameuza maziwa ya hiyo, manure ya 3,000. Manure ya 3,000. Hope you're able to see. Sales. Yeah, under sales. Then what else did they sell? What else did they sell? Can you see dairy cattle? Dairy cattle? Dairy cattle. For sales, dairy cattle. It's a matter of looking at it. Dairy cattle. Wakauza how much? 8,100. Sasa hapa ndio tunaleta hiyo maziwa yenye tulipatia nani? Relative. Milk delivered to relative. Milk delivered to relative. It was 43.20. Alafu I want somebody else to tell me kama tuko na any other sale. Do we have any other sale under this? Under the livestock? Any other sale that they made? Acha tuone sasa. I give you your time. Any other sales? Hawa watu walichangamka nayo. Yes, waliuzia nini? Dairy cattle. Dairy cattle hiyo si tumechapa ndio hii. 81. Kuna hiyo yenye Monica anatuambia. Manure yenye waliuzia nini? Crop department. Manure yenye waliuzia crop department. Ilikuwa worth how much? Manure to crop department. Acha niweke hivyo so that uelewe. Manual to crop department. How much was it? Ilikuwa 1500 kweli ama hiyo ilikuwa mistock? Usichanganye hapo. Usichanganye. Manual. Mistock ndio ilikuwa 1500. So manual ilikuwa 600. So total sales ni ngapi? Total sales under livestock. Am I the one with network issue? Class, from your end, how is the network? From my end, naona kama iko top. Iko sawa. Peter, okay. So, Faith, kindly, what you do is to log out and then log in. Log out 43,380. 43,380. Thank you for asking, and I hope it will be okay soon. I hope it will be okay soon. You just move out and then we do what? We less the cost of sale. And for the cost of sale, mnajua vile tutaitafuta cost of sales. So for the cost of sale here, class, we have to look at our opening inventory. Opening inventory ama stock. So opening inventory and livestock tuko na gani? Tumtupatie hizo. Opening inventory za livestock. Imepeanwa tu pale. As at 1st of November 2018. Hiyo ndizo opening. Ya kwanza, daily cattle 54,900. Daily cattle 54,900. 54,900. Asante. Next one. You know that kuna daily cattle feed, si ndio? Daily cattle feed. Daily cattle feed. How much? Daily cattle feed meaning how much? 52 something. 52.20. 52.20. Do we have any other opening? Any other opening? Tuna. It is 50. Oh, it is 25. Yeah, it is 25. That is an error of what? Transposition, Error of transposition can really bring disaster. It is 25.20, asante. 25.20. Oh. Error of transposition can really bring disaster. Then we go to purchases, ndio? Ama kuna bull, wali purchase bull. The opening ya bull kweli. Opening. Kuna bull. T Karanja anapatia that there was a purchase of a bull. Did they? Class? Wali purchase bull kweli. Bado. Sioni mahali wali purchase bull hapa. Okay, now we go to adding purchases. Add purchases. So purchases, tuko na gani? Purchases utaziona tu pale, naona daily cattle. Walinunua daily cattle. How much? How much did they buy? The daily cattle? 10 for 40. 10 for 40. Haya, after kununua daily cattle class, wakaenda wakanunua fertilizer for napier grass. Si ndio? What of other cattle bulls? Evarina anauliza other cattle bulls. Other cattle. Okay. Other cattle. Evarina. Other cattle. Buangalia vizuri. Is it really opening? Iko kwa opening kweli? Sasa hiyo iko, angalia, hiyo ni opening ziko juu iko on opening. Opening ziko juu. Pale additional information, hizo ni crossing. Tafadhali note that, hizo ni crossing. I hope you are now together. Additional information hizo ni crossing. Unasema hiyo sasa ni asset. Hiyo ni asset. Hiyo ni asset. Si unaona tulitafuta nini? Hiyo ni asset eh? Hiyo itakuwa biological asset eh? Biological asset. Biological asset. Ndio maana hatuiguzi. Haya, sawa. Now we are looking at purchases. Any other thing that they purchase? Fertilizer for Napier grass, ndio? Fertilizer for Napier grass. Napier grass. Thank you for asking. Napier grass. Fertilizer for Napier grass ilikuwa ngapi? Fertilizer for Napier grass ni ngapi? Hii in fact ni R. How much? 4,000? Yeah, 4,000. Haya, moving on well. Feeds. Tuko na feeds. Yeah, daily cattle feeds. Daily cattle feeds. 6120. 6120. Haya, any other purchase? Any other purchase? Kuna purchase ingine ama tumemalizana? We have any other? Hapo unakimbia additional information, unaangalia kama kulikuwa na kitu. Sasa ile 1500 is falling under this eh? Si walinunua maize stock. I hope you can remember. They bought maize stock from crop department. They bought maize stock from crop department. Yeah, hiyo ilikuwa purchase, so it fall under this. They bought maize stock from crop department. Na hiyo maize stock ilikuwa 1500. Yes, maize stock eh? Maize stock. So tuko na maize stock shillings. Is it visible here? So maize stock hapa 1500. So you can get the total of all this, so that we left the closing inventory. $79,480. I hope kila mtu anapata $79,480. I hope everyone is getting that. $79,480. $79,480 total hapa. So closing inventory tuko na pale chini additional information. Daily cattle. Daily cattle how much? 54,000. Daily cattle 54,000. Other cattle 5,400. Other cattle 5,400. Any other? Kulikuwa na daily cattle feed, si ndio? Daily cattle feed. How much? 1620. Haya, hizi tunatoa juu ni closing inventory. So what is the total cost of sale? Tunapata ngapi? This minus this. Hiyo inapatia cost of sale. Cost of sale yetu ni ngapi? Ukitoa hiyo pata ngapi? 79,480 minus all those closing inventory. 18,460. 18,460. Now our total sale hapa minus cost of sale inapata gross profit ya ngapi? Gross profit ya ngapi? 24,920. Now once you get 24,920, what do you less? Now that is your gross profit. You less what? You adjust here kidogo. Na less nini? Expenses, ndio? Less expenses. Specifically to what? To livestock. So expenses sasa situpata ya kwanza. Expenses najua zimepeanwa mahali. Za livestock. Mnaziona? Kama labor, umeona labor 94 something. Expenses. Have you seen the expenses za livestock? Expenses? Can you see labor? Over 94. Napier grass labor, Napier grass labor ilikuwa 1,000. Ya ziko pale mingi sana. 9480. 9480. Napier grass labor. 1,000. Any other? Napier grass labor ni 10. Oh, we. Acha kidogo. Napier grass labor ni ngapi? 10,800. Wewe. Hebu angalia vizuri. Aha. Naona 1,000 mimi. 1,000 Aha. Tuko na other expense, ndio? Other expense zenye zina fall under that, Other expense. How much? Yeah, general expense ni ndio 10,800, ndio? 10,800 hiyo itaenda kwa income statement. So what is the other expense? 1440. 1440 ama kuna any other yenye tumeacha? Any other left behind? Medicine. Medicine. Yeah, kuna medicine ya hizi livestock medicine, Medicine. That we vaccinate all of them. You want to kill. Why? So how much is our medicine? 94.80. Why? Labor 94.80. Na medicine, how much is our medicine? Can you try to kuzipimanisha hizo? 1080. 1080. 1080. Great. Do we have any other expense? Any other expense? I think those are the expenses that we had. So you can add the total to get the profit for this now. Just add. What is the total expense? Total itakuwa ngapi? How much? How much? 13,000. 13,000. Now, when you less, we get the net profit from livestock department. So tutapata 11,920. Wow. After doing that, you are somewhere. After doing that, you've done very great job. A very great job done. A very great job done. Because now this one, this revenue, and the other one for livestock, that's 70 for the crop, that's 70,080. It will be part of our what? General income statement as the revenue. So the revenue will be this plus that. Total revenue from our general income statement. Class, I think now we can move to getting our general income statement. General income statement. General income statement. Are we all together? Are we together? Confirm whether we are together. Confirm whether we are together. Now I want us to come up with a general income statement because already we have our revenue. And then we remember if you have the revenue. So general income statement, we are going to do it here. So finish up. Finish up kama hujamaliza hapo. Maliza. Kama hujamaliza hapo, malizia. So I hope now kila mtu amemaliza. Let's now have the David Wekesa general income statement for the year ended 1st of October 2019. David Wekesa. General income statement. for the year ended. Like that. David Wekesa, general income statement for the year ended 31st of October 2019. And have our shillings in thousand like that. Shillings in thousand like that. And then we look at our sales. Of course, our sales or total revenue or revenue. Of course, from crop. Of course, from livestock. From livestock, from crop, ndio hii at 7,080. Livestock nayo imetupatia nini? We had a figure here. 12. Livestock tumepata. Livestock sales, net profit. Hiyo revenue ya livestock. Revenue from livestock. 11,920. What is the total revenue? Total revenue. Kwa ngapi? Ili total revenue. You add the two. And then we less expenses. Total revenue is 49,000. Less expenses. Somebody mentioned that general expense. Here the general. It can be either for livestock or any general expense. Ngapi? Just check. General expense. Angalia iko mahali peke yake. 10,800. Then milk delivered. Milk delivered tulisema itakuwa expense. Milk delivered to relatives. Ilikuwa how much? 4320. I hope you remember. 4320. Depreciation pia zinakuja hapa. Depreciation of cat. Ilikuwa 12% of 3,000 to give us 360. Depreciation ya motor vehicle. Was it? No, it was tractor. Of tractor. How much was it? 25% of how much? We had it somewhere. 25% of our value there. Value ilikuwa ngapi? That is 4. Okay, people got it 100. So ilikuwa 34 something. That is 2,400. That 2,400. That 2,400. So hiyo ndio depreciation. Any other expense that unaona general? It should be general expense. Should be general expense. Any other expense that you can identify? Sasa ni tax. So ni kama expense zimeisha. So si tuchukue hapa tupate total expenses so that we get the profit before tax. Profit before tax. Profit before tax. Pate hapa total ya hii ni ngapi? Total ya hizo expenses 23,580. So tupate profit before tax, tutoe ile profit before tax so that we less tax, we get profit after tax. Tukue tumemalizana na hiyo, tuende kwa the other. 25,420. 25,420. Less tax. Tax 3,600. Tukitoa tax tutapata profit after tax ya ngapi? Our profit after tax ni ngapi? Lower tax 21,820. And we are done. 820. We are done. At that point we are done. Are we together as far as the general? You see, this is what we are done, just taking general information. Are we together? Are we together as far as that information is concerned? Kwa pamoja. Nataka tuende kwa balance sheet now. Want us to go. Hii nimesema tuifanye tu pole pole so that we understand. nataka tuende sasa kwa balance sheet or the statement of financial position. Statement of financial position. So we do it here. This end. So statement of financial position, that is where we are. That is where we are. That is where we are. So David Wekesa, statement of financial position as at 31st of David Wekesa. Statement of financial position. Financial position as at 31st of 10/19. 31st of 10/2019. That. So David Wekesa, statement of financial position as at that date. So still you can either wish to have one column or you can use the two column. Let's use one column direct. Uweze kuziweka zote hapo. And that. So we start with the non-current what? Non-current asset. And my non-current asset here class is direct. Non-current asset. Nipatie hizo non-current assets. Tafadhali. Non-current asset ya kwanza. Ya kwanza ni ngapi? Non-current asset ya kwanza. Non-current asset ya kwanza. Can you see land and building mahali? And its value there? Yes. Land and building. Haya, how much? How much is our land and building? 90,000. 90,000. Then, any other non-current assets? Any other? Ziko hapo zinaandamana zote. At least examiner alikuwekea zote pamoja. Tractor, Tractor tuko na cat na other cattle. Tractor, cats, other cattle. Sasa I want somebody to tell me something. Which value should I record for tractor? Just do your maths and tell me the value to record for tractor. Tell me the value to record for tractor. Sasa hapo ndio tunakumbusha vitu mbili tatu. 24,300 from Peter. Take the first one to tell us that. Who is agreeing with Peter? 24,300. Tractor. Very. Yeah, we recorded at a net book value, right? So we have to eliminate this tax. Naona hii tax ya 100. So it is 32,400 minus 81,100. So that one is 24,300. Hope you understand. The same to cut is 3,000 minus that 360. Itakuwa ngapi? Same to cut. Cut pia tunapunguza hiyo. Kwa ngapi ya cut? Ya cut. 2640. 2640. And the other one is this one. Other keto hiyo haina maneno. If you wish, we can have kwa hiyo ulikuwa na kora moja ama mbili? Ulikuwa na kora moja ama mbili? Kama ulikuwa na moja, sasa tutaendelea na moja. Are you using one or two? One ni sawa tu. We use one. We go to the current asset. Current asset. So for the current asset here, tuko na nini? Mtu identify one current asset. Hizi hata ni rahisi zaidi. Current asset. Si tunakuwa na cash at a bank, cash at bank. And then closing inventory. Closing inventory class, you can have the lump sum. Uongeze zote, uweke pale. ama uandike item by item. Which one do we use? Item by item ama tuongeze zote? Mnataka aje? Tuongeze ile closing iko kwa additional information pale. Item by item or we add all of them? Item by item. Okay, sawa. Sawa. Bank yetu ni ngapi? 15,300, si ndio? Ama 15,300. 15,300. So item by item, closing inventory tunaanza ziweka hapa basi. Haya, daily keto. How much? Daily keto. How much? 54,000. Aha. Maize growing. How much? Ziko pale chini, additional information ya kwanza ndio tunaangalia hizi. 700, then other keto. Hizi unaweka zote. Other keto ni how much? 5,400. Aha, then tuko na daily keto feed. How much? 1,620. What else do we have? Fertilizer. Fertilizer hapo tunaweka 1080. So we don't have any other, we can get the total assets. What a total asset hapo. Total asset hapo. $64,800. Total asset. We. Tukiwa mpaka na 90K. Total assets. Zote. Total assets. Total assets. Zote. Ama hiyo 64,800 ni gani sasa? Which one? LNN. LNN. 64,800 now. Ile ni 9,000. 90,000. This is current assets. 64,800. Oh, total. And even the ongeza tu zote mpaka non-current. Aha, naona watu wanapata 203,040. 203,040. Then we go to capital and liability. Capital and liabilities. So under capitals and liability, what do we have? Tulikuwa na capital mahali. Capital mahali. Capital mahali. Ilikuwa ngapi? Capital ilikuwa ngapi? Ilikuwa nayo mahali pale kwa trial balance yetu 163,080. 163,080. 163,080. Then profit for the year. Profit for the year. Profit for the year ni 21,820. 21,820. Our next item, we check whether we had drawing. Tulikuwa na drawing. Now for the drawing we usually less, so you less drawing. Drawing unakuja unatoa hapa. Kuja unatoa drawing hapa. Drawing tunatoa hapa. Drawing kwani ilikuwa ngapi? Drawing. You less. How much was it? 1080. So 1080 tunatoa. Hiyo tunatoa. What else do we have now? Do you have anything? Or we go to the current liabilities? Current liabilities. Hatukuwa na non-current. So for the current liability, tulikuwa na trade payable. Yes. Trade payables. How much? How much was our trade payable? Trade payable 15,600, and then the current tax. You can call it income tax, current tax of 3,600, and then we are done. Here the total equity and liability. Is it adding up? Is it adding up? Is it adding up? David Wekesa. David Wekesa. Inatupatia the right amount there. Ama bado. Patia the right amount. 203,040. 203. So kitu hii swali iko nayo ni iko na vitu mingi, but it's a matter of knowing how is it done. It's a matter of knowing how is it done. It's a matter of knowing. Unaenda tu nayo pole pole. Hii haitaki haraka. Inataka tu so that you don't leave some items. Sometimes you may leave some item, and once you leave an item, that means your question will not be complete. And that is it. That is it. That is it. Now, from our bigger document, can we look at May 2012? Can you check whether May 2012, you can find that question, May 2012. May 2012, we look at a question there as we are having a small break of like 4 minutes. So class, we can look at that question. We can just do some highlights hapa na pale, and then you can go and try to do that question. So this is a question that at least examiner added several items kidogo hapa na pale. We are told that the following balances were extracted from the books of Shamba Limited as at 1st March 2012. So we have the mortgage from Rural Development Bank, retained profit as at that date, ordinary share capital, farm workers' wages, manager's salaries, cash in hand, receivables, farm tools, repairs to farm machinery, staff welfare, farmhouse expenses, purchases of seeds, livestock fertilizer, livestock feeds, like that. Those are the purchases. We had the wages, livestock expenses, crop, livestock, administrative expenses, interest on mortgage, inventories at that date. That is the starting or the opening inventory. You can see them there. Then we have general insurance premium, payables, bank balance, sales for crop, cattle. Then we have carcasses, farm machinery or machinery, land building. Then we have additional information. Now, where we have the additional information is where we're trying to draw the line. The additional information, we're trying to draw our line there, so that we see what we have. For the inventory as at that 1st of March 2012 were valued as follows. Now, these are closing inventory. You know where to use the closing inventory. Then we are having manager's salary is charged to livestock and crop revenue account in the ratio of 1:3 respectively. I want us to see this additional information. How are we going to approach them? How are we going to approach them? Additional information. So closing inventory, no problem. Now let's look at the additional information number 2, manager's salary. Number 2, manager's salary. What are they trying to tell us? How much is the manager's salary? Look at the question. Manager's salary ni ngapi? Manager's salary ni ngapi? $3,600. Manager salary is $3,600. They are telling us there is a proportion that will go to crop revenue account, and there is a proportion that will go to livestock revenue account. Hebu nipatie hiyo fraction. Fraction ya yenye itaenda kwa crop revenue account ni ngapi? Livestock and crop revenue account in the ratio of 1:3. So 1/4 itaenda kwa a quarter itaenda kwa livestock, si ndio? Sababu ni respectively, and then 3/4 itaenda kwa crop. Are we together? Is this correct? This correct? This correct? Good. Now for the crop we shall be having 3/4 of 3600. Hiyo itaenda hapo na itaenda kama nini? 2700. And then for the livestock, we shall be having 1/4 of 3600. Of course, it's the difference between that. Itakuwa ngapi? 900. So hiyo tumesort. That one is sorted. Then we have valuation of the farm tools, as that first of that was 1200. Depreciation on the farm machinery is to be provided at 20% per annum on book value. Depreciation and repair on farm machinery are to be charged to the general income statement. Already that one you have been told. You've been told where to charge that. Now, nataka tuangalie these farm tools. These farm tools. Farm tools ziko na value gani kwa our trial balance? Farm tools. Our focus on the farm tools. Ziko wapi? What's the value? 1500. Na tumeambiwa itakuwa valued to 1200. Is it undervalued or overvalued? Undervalued, overvalued. The value imeenda chini. So there is a 300 there. Hiyo 300 huwa tunaitreat kama nini? Hiyo 300. Yeah, reduction of value, reduction of value. So you make sure that, and that one you have been told that it will be treated as a general income statement. Insurance prepaid amounted to 240. Insurance prepaid. Insurance prepaid amounted to 240,000. Now, when we have a prepaid, does it reduce our value in the trial balance or increase? Prepaid. Like for example, ukiangalia insurance yenye ilikuwa pale. Insurance. How much was the insurance? How much was the insurance? If it is prepaid, it reduce. If it is outstanding, it increase. Insurance. Kwa trial balance tunaona information ya insurance kweli? Umeona kweli? Are you able to see? Ama hata hakuna? Insurance admin, interest on mortgage. Can you see it? 40. General. General insurance. Wanaita hivyo? Yes. General insurance premium. Yes. Of 2880. General insurance. Therefore, if the general insurance is 2880, the general insurance is 2880. This is a prepaid. It will be part of the prepaid. Is always an asset, sindio? Itaenda kwa asset, of course, current asset, sindio? So usisahau this 240 itaenda kwa current asset. Lakini now when recording at our general income statement, when recording the insurance, we shall record 2880 minus 240. Ni ngapi? Ni ngapi? Itakuwa ngapi? 2640? 2640. That is for the insurance prepaid. Insurance prepaid. Haya. Let's try to crack it so that wakati wa kufanya itakuwa rahisi. What else do we have? Manure worth 180,000 was used in the farm while crop used to feed the livestock were valued at 390. Class, you know how? How do we treat the carcasses? Carcasses, Faith, umeona wapi hiyo carcasses? Sasa obvious, naona kuna mahali umepewa hiyo carcasses kama sale, sale of crop, cattle. Unaangalia what is preceding that. Carcasses naona wanaita sales pale. I hope you're able to see. I hope you're able to see. Umeona? Sales, Carcasses, sales. So examiner atakwambia. So tuko hapa kwa manure was that. So the 180 crop will be selling to the livestock department. So it will be part of the sale of the crop account. In the livestock department, it will be part of the purchase. You understand? And vice versa. Hii ingine is true. The vice versa is true. Hii yenye wamesema ya livestock. Hii 390. You know how we treat that. Then we have bad debts of 300,000 are to be written off. Under the allowance for doubtful debts of 4% is to be provided. At least here we have the allowance for doubtful debt. Sasa, I want us to understand each other. Bad debt written off, is it an expense? Bad debt written off. We expected this, but now the customer will no longer pay, right? So that would be, the 300 is an expense now. And now we have allowance for doubtful debt. Allowance for doubtful debt as 4%. Do we get this allowance after we deduct the 300, the bad debt written off, or before? Now, because we go to where we have the debtors. How much is our debtors? Ama trade receivables. Ni ngapi, wako wapi? Trade receivables zetu ziko wapi? Receivables zetu ziko 18,000. Now, if I want to get the bad debt written, not the allowance for doubtful debt. Allowance for doubtful debt. Am I going to take 4% times 1,800 minus 300, or the other way? Which is correct? The other way is 4% of 18,000. Yes, after deducting this one. 4% and then 1,800. So itakuwa ngapi? What will be our allowance for doubtful debt? Allowance for doubtful debt. And will it be an expense? Itakuwa ngapi? Somebody. 4% of 15,000. Ndio. 708. Sasa hii 708, will it be an expense? Hapo ndio tu mngechanga. Hizi vitu zingine mnajua. Will it be an expense? 708. 708. Is it an expense? Aya, po sasa tunagoja. Will it be an expense? Yeah, this one allowance, we shall term it as an expense. Utaiweka tu pale kwa expenses. So expenses tuko na mingi hapo, kuna mingi. And it's a general one. A general. Now, when it comes to recording the trade receivable, it will be 18,000 minus what? Good. There is this beta idea here telling us that income is over provision. Good. If we had the allowance for doubtful debt, by the way, do we have in our trial balance allowance for doubtful debt? Tuko nayo ya kucompare. We usually say decrease and increase in allowance for doubtful debt. Hawako wametupatia. But in the case you've been given, you usually compare, right? You usually compare allowance for doubtful debt, increase in allowance for doubtful debt, increase in allowance for doubtful debt is it an income or expense? Increase in allowance for doubtful debt is an expense. Decrease is an income. So tungekuwa nayo tukute kwamba hii imekuwa 708 na ile tulikuwa tumepewa ni maybe 500, that is an increase, eh? Inakuwa expense. So in this case hii yetu tunaiweka kwa expense already. Already we assume that allowance ilikuwa whatever that was given was 0. So it has increased to that. Are we together? Tuko pamoja. Are we together? Are we together? Increase in allowance for doubtful debt is an expense. Decrease is an income. Increase in allowance for doubtful debt is an expense. Decrease is an income. Now, in our case here, we assume that whatever that was provided, allowance for doubtful debt provided in the trial balance was 0. And then after computing, we get 708. So this one is an increase. If you compare 0 and this one, it is an increase. Therefore, expense. If we had something of the sort, maybe we had allowance for like 1,000, and this one we compute, we get 708. That is a decrease from 1,000 to 708. That is an income. That is in fact the difference. Difference in utapata pale your income. You get that? You get it? Get it? Hiyo ni concept tu ya financial management. Now, for our trade receivable, are we going to record 18,000 minus 708 minus 300? Ama we shall minus 1. Trade receivable sasa, wakati tuna record, tutarecord gani? Which will be correct? Hii nimeandika ama hiyo ingine yenye nimetoa hii? Which will be correct? Somebody. Unajua tunajaribu crash. We crash so that by the end of the day, we get it correct. Now, which will be correct? I thought we take 4% of 1800, 720, allow for doubtful debt. Wewe, Elika kuna information pale. Elika, I can't understand. I thought we take 4% of 720, allow for, no. It's the other way. Eric, please, it is the other way. This way. You first of all deduct that one. Yeah, this one. That is the way we are going to do it. Therefore, we shall be having a receivable of how much? Receivable. Najua tunaicrack and then mutaifanya. Receivable hapa itakuwa ngapi? Trade receivable. Nachukua hiyo, natoa hii. Inakuwa ngapi? Receivable. Hiyo ndio mtatumia. After we crack this one. 16,992. Yeah, hiyo ndio itakuwa your trade receivable. What else now do I need to? I think the final one here we are having this information. We are told of crop consumed by the farm workers were valued at 600,000. This amount was recovered from their wages. Sasa farm workers pia wali consume some crop. Unaona farm workers na kulikuwa na farm worker wages pale. Sasa ile wages already ilikuwa imetolewa nini? Ile wages, hebu angalia wages ya wase. Ilikuwa ngapi? Wages ya farm workers, angalia tu. How much was it? Was it 3,000? 6. It was 6,000. Good. Was it 6 really? Angalia vizuri. Wages. Farm workers wages. Imeandikwa hivyo. Farm workers wages. Usiende kwa hizo zile mazalala stock na nini. Farm workers wages 3,000. You see, hiyo 3,000 walikuwa wametoa nini? The crops zenye ama whatever that the workers will consume, it was deducted from the it was already deducted for us to get that 3,000. So to get the actual wage for these workers, tungefanya nini kwa our 600? We have been told that walitumia 600. So to get the actual wage, tungefanya nini? Already in net, 3,000 in net. To get the actual sasa. Hiyo ni net. Hiyo already ni net. 3,000 ni net. Walikuwa washa deduct chenye wata consume. So we add. Great. So we shall be having an expense of 3,600 as the farm worker wages. Please note that. Note that. Your information, it could have confused someone. It could have confused someone. What else do we have now? Yeah. What else do we have? I think sasa hizi vitu zingine. Okay, kuna hii ya mwisho kabisa tunaweza elezea. Hii ya mwisho inasema kwamba the shareholders provided farm labor valued at 1200,000 while crop valued at 1920 were donated to charity during the year. Those two. Now, hii shareholder provided farm labor tutaitreat kama nini? Shareholder provided farm labor. It will be treated as what, class? Capital, sindio? Capital, right? Capital, the 1200. You say that that one is treated as capital, as well as an expense to what? An expense, which is charged in the general income statement. Ni vizuri ujue hivyo. So 1200, hiyo 1200, itakuwa capital kwa balance sheet, shareholder, family, shareholder provided of 1200 itakuwa capital, so itaenda kufinance pale na tena expense. Hiyo tulisema hivyo. Expense kwa general. Revisit additional information number 3 please, nilipotea kidogo. Okay, kwa general income statement. General income statement. So hiyo pia itakusaidia hapo. Then hii ingine tuko na hii ingine wanasema kuhusu donation. Tulisema donation inafanywa namna gani? Donation. We have a donation of 1920. Si tulisema ni expense. Haya, tutarudia hizo mbili. It will be an expense to the general income statement. Treated as what else? Donation. Sales, Sales. Kwa specific what? Kwa specific account. Na hii donation ilikuwa ya nini? Walidonate nini? Crop. Sawa. So kwa crop still tutaongeza something. Tutaongeza hiyo 1920 under the sales kwa crop tutaongeza hiyo. So be very keen when it comes to that. So donation kwa crop tutakuwa na something like 1920 under sales. Asante. So it is always good to note that. So kuna mtu anataka turudie additional information number 3. Valuation of farm tools is that this farm was revalued downward. The value of this farm tool in the trial balance ilikuwa ngapi? For the person who have just asked that. From our trial balance, farm tool value ilikuwa ngapi? Farm tool, angalia tu. Ilikuwa 1500. And then it has been valued to 1200. It has depreciated. Karaja, no. Donation is drawing. Hapana. We say that donation is treated as an expense as well as a sale. Donation. Sawa. Expense as well as a sale. Yes. So, our farm tool value was 1500. At the end of the period, it has been valued to 1200. It may reduce value or it may increase value. It may reduce value or it may increase value. It may reduce or it may increase. Value has reduced, right? Na it may reduce na ngapi. Hiyo reduction, hiyo difference, ndio tunaita nini? Depreciation of that farm tool. Sawa. For the person who have asked that is the position. And then somebody else asked number 5. Manure worth 180 was used in the farm. Sasa hii swali nataka mfanye kwa group kabisa ili mnakumbushana tafadhali. Na kuna groups naona bado zina drag. Sijui what is happening. Timing. Tafadhali sacrifice for this thing. If you don't want to do this thing next semester, tafadhali you sacrifice. Unajitolea. Hizi vitu tulijitolea pia. So jitolee tafadhali. Fix yourself. Hata kama hutapatikana the 2 hours, si upatikane hata 1 hour. If they are meeting from 4 to 6, why can't you just avail yourself from 4 to 5? Be there. Be available. Be available. Tafadhali. Group discussion. Very important. So additional information number 5, we have said of the 180, and this one, the 180,000 was used in the farm. And what are we using in the farm? It is manure. So this is interdependent between the department. Manure is coming from what class? Manure. Coming from? From which department? Maybe to ask that. Manure. Coming from livestock department. Asante. So if it is coming from livestock, we insinuate that livestock is selling manure to crop department. And what is happening to crop department is buying manure from livestock. So kwa purchase ya crop ita increase. Purchase ya crop ita increase. Na hiyo value 180. Kwa sale ya livestock ita increase na hiyo value ya 180. Sijui kama tunaelewana. These things are simple. Are we together? Are we together? Na ukienda kwa livestock, still vice versa will happen. Are we together? For the person who had asked about that additional information, I think you sorry to make crash kabisa. Kabisa. Any other question as we wind up our session? Naona ni exactly 7:03. Any other question? All right, thank you so much. Now class, please, in your group discussion, okay, individually, you position yourself as an individual first, right? Unaweza kwanza ifanya peke yako, tumia mwalimu inbox, then mobilize for a group and you do together. Unaona? So that is it. So usiachwe nyuma ukisema group is not forming, group has not formed, they are not active. My friend, position yourself as an individual first, and then go to the group. Kama wana delay, wewe chapa. So let's not drag. Let's not drag. Let's work. Behind the scene, let's work. You'll see the fruits after April exam. Hapo ni May. So tuchape kazi kabisa, watu wasirelax. Don't relax. This is not the time to relax. This is the time to plant when time is due. Farmers do plant wakati mvua imenyesha. Angalia farmer mwenye did not plant when the rain was there. Of course, when others wanapalilia, farmer mwenye plant hapati kitu ya kupalilia. Wakati wengine wanaenda kuvuna, mwenye plant anaenda kuwasubua. So please, this is the time for us to prepare our land and start planting. Right? We cultivate, we plant. And then result zitapatikana hapo mbele. So don't relax, please. Don't relax. So that is the question that I want you to look at it. Allowed 22nd of April. Lakini haiko mbali, hiyo ni karibu. Hiyo iko karibu. So usiende na hiyo useme hiyo iko mbali. Haiko mbali, iko karibu. 22nd of April hapo ndio zinaanza. So that is it. Tumeanza vizuri. Only that I want you to put more effort. Ukipewa mpira, cheza vizuri. So class, that marks the end of our today's session. Thank you so much for sacrificing for that. It's never in vain. It's never in vain. Easter exams, Yeah, blessings. It's never in vain. Thank you, and have a blessed day. I have been your lecturer, Stephen. Always a pleasure to hosting you. And always there to inspire growth. May you all have a blessed day. Goodbye. Bye.